Imagine you are standing on a world so far from the sun that our star looks like just another bright point of light in the sky. The silence is absolute. The cold is profound. You are surrounded by an endless expanse of darkness dotted with distant stars. What secrets could a place like this hold? A tiny frozen world, billions of miles away from Earth. What could it teach us about ourselves, about our home, about the very origins of our solar system? This isn't a fantasy. This is the reality of the dwarf planets. They are beckoning us to listen to the ancient stories they have been waiting billions of years to tell. They are small, yes. Their secrets are colossal. The universe hides profound truths in unexpected places. We often look to the biggest, brightest, most powerful objects to understand the cosmos. Giant stars, swirling galaxies, the great gas giant planets of our own system. But sometimes the most revealing clues are not in those grand monuments. They are in forgotten relics, the leftover building materials that never made it into the final structure. The dwarf planets are precisely those relics, the cosmic equivalent of finding an ancient workshop, perfectly preserved. Original tools and materials left exactly as they were when creation first began. These worlds are not just inert balls of ice and rock drifting aimlessly. They are dynamic, complex places with unique personalities and histories. Mountains, valleys, perhaps even oceans hidden beneath frozen crusts. Moons, atmospheres, stories etched onto their surfaces by eons of cosmic events. Each one is a chapter in the grand saga of our solar system's formation, a chapter we're only just beginning to read. Beyond the familiar path of Neptune, the eighth and final major planet, lies a vast, donut-shaped region of space known as the Kuiper belt. Think of it as the solar system's attic, a cold storage locker filled with countless icy bodies left over from its formation some 4.6 billion years ago. This is not an empty wasteland. It is a bustling, crowded neighborhood, teeming with trillions of objects, ranging from small, city-sized chunks of ice and rock to worlds hundreds, even thousands, of miles in diameter. It is in this remote and frigid expanse that the dwarf planets make their home. They are the kings and queens of this distant realm, the largest and most dominant objects in a sea of cosmic debris. These are not planets in the classical sense that we learned about in school. They are something different, a new category that expands our understanding of what a world can be. Pluto is the most famous resident of this region, a world that was once considered our ninth planet. But Pluto is not alone. We have since discovered many other large bodies out there, each with its own unique character. There is Eris, a world even more massive than Pluto, whose discovery sparked a necessary debate. There is Haumea, an odd, fast-spinning, football-shaped object. The Kuiper belt itself is a relic, a snapshot of the primordial disk of gas and dust that surrounded our young sun. In the inner solar system, rocky materials clumped into Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Farther out, where it was colder, ice could condense, allowing gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn to grow enormous. But in the Kuiper belt, material was too spread out. The objects here never had the chance to coalesce into a full-size planet. Instead, they remained as a multitude of smaller, independent worlds, frozen in time. Studying this population is like being an archaeologist, digging into the deepest, most pristine layers of a historical site. The inner solar system has been baked, battered, and reprocessed, erasing much of its early history. But Kuiper belt objects are different, preserved in a deep freeze since the dawn. They are our most direct link to the conditions and materials that existed when the planets were first forming. They are not just objects in the solar system, they are the story of the solar system. Let's get formally introduced to some of the most prominent citizens of this outer realm. First, of course, is Pluto. For more than 75 years, it held the title of the ninth planet. But New Horizons flew by in 2015 and changed everything. vast nitrogen ice glaciers and towering water ice mountains as high as the Rockies, a surprisingly hazy blue atmosphere, and a family of 5 moons, including near-equal Charon in a binary dance. Eris, discovered in 2005, dense and rocky, with a highly reflective icy surface and a small moon, Dysnomia. Haumea spins once every 4 hours, likely shaped by a massive collision. It even has a faint ring and 2 small moons, Hiayaka and Namaka. Make, Gong, and a long list of candidates. Each new discovery adds another piece to the puzzle. Why should we care so much about these small, faraway worlds? The answer is simple. They are time capsules. Because they are located so far from the sun in a region of extreme cold, they have been cryogenically preserved for billions of years. The materials from which they are made are the same primordial materials that formed all the planets, including Earth. While the inner planets were heated, melted, and geologically reprocessed, the dwarf planets have remained largely pristine. When we study the composition of a dwarf planet, we are analyzing the recipe book for planet formation. We can see what kind of ice was present: water ice, nitrogen ice, methane ice. We can analyze the types of rock and organic molecules available in the outer solar system. While they are not life, they are the carbon-based building blocks of life as we know it. Finding these molecules tells us the ingredients for life were widespread throughout the early solar system, not just confined to the region around Earth. The discovery of Eris in 2005 brought a long, simmering scientific debate to a boil. For decades, a planet was one of the 9 big things orbiting the Sun. With Eris appearing larger than Pluto, the question became urgent. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union established a new 3-part definition. First, an object must orbit the Sun. Second, it must have enough mass to pull itself into a nearly round shape. It was the third rule that changed everything. A planet must have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. This is where Pluto falls short. Its orbit sits in the Kuiper belt, sharing space with countless icy bodies. It has not cleared its neighborhood. Under the new definition, Pluto became the prototype of a fascinating new class, the dwarf planet. We now recognize 3 classes orbiting our Sun: 8 dominant major planets, numerous dwarf planets, and vast populations of asteroids and comets. For decades, our best images of Pluto were just blurry pixels from the Hubble Space Telescope. That changed on July 14, 2015, when NASA's New Horizons flew through the Pluto system. After nearly a decade and 3 billion miles, what we saw was breathtaking. A vast, heart-shaped basin of frozen nitrogen and an almost crater-free plain, geologically young, perhaps less than 100 million years. Convection slowly churns the nitrogen ice, renewing the surface, evidence of activity far from the sun's warmth. Pluto's landscape is varied and dramatic, towering water ice mountains, glacial valleys, and a beautiful, layered blue haze. On New Year's Day 2019, New Horizons flew past Eris, a contact binary, 2 flattened lobes that gently merged, confirming gentle accretion in planet formation. New Horizons didn't just show us new worlds, it showed us how worlds are born. We're journeying to the very edge of our solar system and rewriting the story of a planet. If you're finding this cosmic exploration as mind-bending as I do, then please take a moment to support our journey. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up by clicking like, drop a comment below. Let us know which dwarf planet fascinates you the most. Your engagement helps us keep exploring and bring the wonders of the universe directly to you. The study of dwarf planets is fundamentally transforming planetary science. For a long time, our theories leaned on the 8 major planets, like studying animal life by only looking at elephants and mice. Dwarf planets have thrown open the doors, revealing a zoo of new possibilities and showing our models were incomplete. They are crucial in between cases, larger and more complex than asteroids, smaller and less evolved than major planets. They allow us to test and refine our theories with unprecedented detail. These worlds are critical to the story of water. One leading theory: Earth's water was delivered by comets and asteroids from the outer solar system. Dwarf planets are giant parent bodies of many comets, massive reservoirs of water ice preserved in deep freeze. Potential internal heat, perhaps from radioactive decay, suggests hidden oceans beneath icy shells. This radically expands our imagination of where life-friendly conditions might exist. The New Horizons mission was a spectacular first reconnaissance, but just a fleeting glimpse. The future will bring dedicated orbiters that can stay for years, mapping surfaces, watching seasons, and probing for subsurface oceans with radar. On Earth and in space, next-generation telescopes can analyze faint reflected light with spectroscopy to reveal chemistry in exquisite detail. They will discover hundreds, perhaps thousands, more bodies, giving us a true census and richer statistics of the belt. Each discovery adds vital data to models of planetary migration, delivery of water and organics, and the diverse ways worlds are built. They are the key to the solar system's baby pictures, a frontier for planetary science and human knowledge. As we send robotic emissaries to the dark and distant places, we are sure to find more surprises. The cold, dark places still have many bright secrets left to reveal. Ultimately, dwarf planets teach us our solar system is not a static set of 8 planets orbiting a star. It is a dynamic, evolving system with a rich history and complex architecture. They remind us that our world is part of a larger cosmic family, with relatives of all shapes and sizes. By studying these distant cousins, we learn more about the family history and about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. They are small worlds that inspire the biggest questions. A tiny world at the edge of the sun's light can teach us much. The small worlds of the outer system hold big truths. Keep looking up. The cold, dark places still have many bright secrets. If you enjoyed this journey, please subscribe for more deep space stories. Give this video a like and tell us in the comments which dwarf planet you'd visit first and why. Your support helps us keep exploring the smallest worlds with the biggest stories. Thanks for watching. See you in the next chapter among the distant lights.